care of these motherfuckers.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Stand up for mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 horse 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too. picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense, so please approach with caution. You never know who's watching, you never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking might step out like motherfuckers get to dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking, the sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man, I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me, I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to duty.
Coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Glad you brought your friends, they can watch it go down. I got mine too, so welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. My country, this is who I am. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Some neighbors heard some gunshots and wanted me to come check it out.
I was just taking out trash, and I ain't heard nothing. We've been hanging out, you know. Ain't nothing going on around here. I just got the kids in the house and stuff like that. We're just hanging out, having a good old time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's racing action for the Next Level Racing 360 series here on iRacing. I'm Drake York. Joining me tonight is the man, the myth, the legend, Brett Wheeler. And Brett, we're at one of Ohio's crown jewel racetracks, Limaland Motorsports Park. Always puts on a good show when the track is right, and 9 out of 10 times here on iRacing, the track is perfect, especially for the Wing 360s.
Yeah, really looking forward to tonight's racing. A little bit short on numbers, but tell you what, with the drivers that we expected here tonight, no doubt these drivers are really going to put on a show.
Ryan Avila currently fastest in qualifying at 11:094 right now. Here is Gunnar Harris out way in car 54. Just going to go 9th quick on his first lap. Ryan Avila currently the fastest. Paquette second, Howe third, Hoffman fourth, and Tyler Cowles the top 5 right now. Looks like he'll stay down in 9th currently in car 54.
Well, just the one car left to qualify with 30 seconds left, and it is the Helms Racing Inc. Majula C Speed Shop car number 21, one of the pro drivers and one of the World Championship drivers we have here on the iRacing.com service, one of 35 dirt sprint car pro drivers to be exact. And well, John Helms will make his first lap. First lap will be a little, or should be a little slower, as he goes 12th quick with a 11.273, 11.273 on lap number 1. And second lap looks a little better. Probably should put it up inside the top 10, and it does. Puts him 4th, 11.161.
Nice to see John Helms go very fast there, very last second in qualifying. I'll add that too. But Ryan Avila, your quick time qualifier here tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park in the Speed Shop 51.com, 49 at 11.094. 11.094 for Ryan Avila. Jonathan Paquette second, Joe Howe third, Helms fourth, Kenny Hoffman rounds out the top 5. Then it's Tyler Cowles, Schneider, Miller, Frugier, Harris, the top 10, Steinke, Van Main, Showblock, Olivia, Grover, Wheeler, and Allen. You 17-car field out of qualifying. Going here in heat race number 1 with only 17 cars signed in. We'll take all of them to the feature. Here's how they line up for heat race number 1. Ryan Avila, by virtue of going quick time, will line up on the inside of the front row. To his outside is Joe Howe. Row number 2, Kenny Hoffman out of the Keystone will line up third. To his outside, J.P. Schneider. Ryan J. and Josh Steinke at row number 3. Ty Showblock will be a fun one to watch from the 7th spot. Brendan Grover, who was going to be announcing with us tonight, saw the low car count, and he's going to try to cherry pick this one. He's got a long way to go from 8th, and Andrew Allen will round out the 9-car starting field for heat race number 1. Once again, all cars will transfer into tonight's feature event.
Yeah, well, you spoke about Brendan Grover. Like you said, he was meant to be in the booth, but we kind of gave him the night off, seeing as though we did have a low car count. He was saying that earlier on in the night, he reckons he had a top 10 car at that stage, but now with the more cars, he's sort of gone back on his word, and he said that he's pretty confident he's got a top 20 car here tonight.
He has a top 20 car. If he doesn't, I would say he's got bigger problems in that camp. That's for sure, Brett.
Yeah, there'd be something severely wrong.
A solid top 30.
Easy, solid top 30.
Car.
Yeah, look, if he has a bad night, I reckon he'd probably get out of the C main just.
We're getting ready to go. Avila and Howe, the front row. Keep your eyes on Kenny Hoffman lining up on the inside of row number 2. Avila with a great jump. He'll bring him down the front straightaway into turn 1.
Yeah, Kenny Hoffman got a blistering start there as Joe Howe looks to the inside on Hoffman as they work through with turn number 1 and 2. Hoffman goes back to the cushion 3 and 4. Howe right through the middle of the racetrack. They'll drag race off turn number 4. Kenny Hoffman holds on to second spot.
The track right now, Brett, it is fast, but it definitely has options as Howe gets back into the second spot. Here comes a turn 3 bomb by Hoffman. He'll complete the slider. Howe crosses him back, and here comes Schneider in the mix. He's going to go 2 for 1 in turn 1.
JB Schreider in the 5 machine as now Hoffman goes to the inside, nearly makes contact. He backed out of it. Schreider in that 4 machine. Now Hoffman going to throw the slider into 1 and 2. Once again, the 65 of Ryan Frugier comes back into the mix. Here comes Joe Howe. It is all on for the minor placings right now. Meanwhile, Ryan Avila, he is just absolutely checked out at the moment.
Eyes on him as Howard on the wall, and it looked like he caught a big chunk of it off at turn number 2. He drops to the rear of the field. We stay green. No yellows in the heat races with the Next Level Racing 360s.
Boy, I tell you what.
Still Ryan Avila out.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, tell you what, Josh Steinke is really manhandling that race car. Hoffman gets into the wall a little bit on the exit of turn number 2. That'll open up the door for Steinke. Steinke sits back there in 4th position. Meanwhile, 3 laps left to run for Ryan Avila in the 49 machine.
Brent have calmed down a little bit. Best race on the track still for third between Hoffman and Steinke. Steinke's going to dive through the middle. Doesn't have the run he needs right there. He goes back to the middle in 1 and 2. Hoffman stays loyal to the fence. They're side by side for third into 3.
Oh, Kenny Hoffman, he's got 1 lap left to hang on. Can he hold on? Ryan Avila is already down the back straight away for the final time. Heat race number 1. Hoffman down to the inside right now on Steinke. Makes a little contact and makes more than a little contact. Steinke goes upside down. And what was going to be a top 5 or even a top 3 finish for Steinke, he's now going to come home in the 8th position. So, heat number 1, done and dusted. Well, Drake, that had a bit of everything on it.
Kidding. Ryan Avila going to go for the clean sweep on the night as he's your winner in heat race number 1. He'll roll from the pole. JP Schneider, a well-earned second place finish. Ty Showblock 3rd. Kenny Hoffman ends up 4th. Allen 5th. Brendan Grover 6th. Joe House 7th. Josh Steinke ends up 8th after getting upside down in turn number 4. And Ryan Frugier will round out the field out of heat race number 1. In heat race number 2 now, California driver Jonathan Paquette will line up to the inside of the front row, and pro driver to his outside in the Helms Racing Incorporated number 21, that's John Helms. Kevin Miller back there in row number 2. Keep your eyes on Gunnar Harris, the driver out of Texas, in the SpeedShop51.com 54 entry. To his side will be Josh Van Main. 4th and final row will include Brian Oliver to the inside, and Terrell Wheeler will round out your 8-car starting field. 10 laps the distance. Once again, all cars will lock into tonight's feature event.
Well, we kind of spoke about Brendan Grover in heat number 1. Well, owner of the Apex League, Josh Van Manen, in the 05 to come from position number 6 in this one. We'll keep an eye on him in that 5S, in that black machine, just to the right, very right of the screen. Again, it's something that normally doesn't do, but again, seeing that though there was the lower car count, he thought, well, I've got a chance at a top 10. All he's got to do is beat less than half the field.
We'll see what Sparky can do out here from the outside of row number 3. And Brett, our jobs might ride on how we call his race, so we'll be careful in this one, that's for sure.
Nah, you know what? He knows me. I'll tell it straight up how it is. The green flag is out. Our jobs are safe. I'll tell you that one.
The inside line is definitely the place to be. Jonathan Paquette from the pole jumps out to the early lead. Tyler Cowles started 3rd. He's up to 2nd. Gunnar Harris started 5th. He's up to 3rd after 1 lap in the books. Don't ride off John Helms just yet. Just as I say that, he spins the infield down the back straightaway. He'll drop to the rear of the field. We stay green.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if John Helms is now going for the back row challenge, the hard charger award here this evening. Jonathan Paquette in the 48 machine leads him down into turn 1 and 2. That's 3 down, 7 to go. Here comes Tyler Clowes in that 76 machine. Then you go back to Gunnar Harris. They started 3rd and 5th. So you have a look at the top 3. They all started on the inside rows, and that's row 1, 3, and 5. 1, 2, 3 at the moment. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, Tyler Clowes, he's closing in, but keep an eye, as you said earlier on that 54 machine of Gunnar Harris. He's now closing in. We're now going to have a 3-car battle for the race lead.
Has left the outside lane open for Cowles just about every lap of this heat race so far, and it may come back to bite him as Cowles is on the bumper. He dives low, entering turns 1 and 2. Slider for the lead. He's got it for the moment. Paquette with the run down the backstretch. He'll throw the turn 3 slider. Up the racetrack goes the 48. Cowles back to the inside. Throwing Gunnar Harris. 3-car race for the lead into 1.
Well, I tell you what, we're only 3 wide down into turns 3 and 4. Nearly as Paquette backed out of it. Slider by Gunnar Harris. He'll now take the lead with just 2 laps left to run. But I tell you what, Clowes and Paquette, they come back, and Harris and Paquette made a little contact, give the advantage to Tyler Clowes. Drake 1 lap left to go, and Tyler Clowes in the 76, your race leader.
Cowles dropped down to the inside lane, now goes back up high side through turns 1 and 2, down the back straight for the final time. Gunnar Harris, big charge. Oh, he clipped the tire, and he's sideways, almost upside down. It's going to be Cowles with the win. Paquette now into 2nd, Oliver 3rd, Miller 4th. Miller, Sparky, Gunnar Harris, and John Helms will round out the field.
Well. Gunnar Harris.
And I was just about to say, 2 heat races, 2 front runners now going to the back of the field to start this feature event. Be good, no doubt about it. And just like that, we're through both of our heat races here at Limaland Motorsports Park this evening.
Yep, no consolation races, no C, D, B, none of that. We'll go straight in. All these drivers will go into a warm-up session. I believe they might have 2-3 minutes. Track still looks a little tacky though, but I got to say, it looks actually pretty good right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get less than. I'd be very surprised to see these drivers get less than 2 minutes on the racetrack in my eyes. And from the races that I've seen here at Limaland, that top side will fade away. The bottom side will come back in if they leave it at the moment. But it'll all depend on how long these drivers get on the racetrack. Obviously, they want a black slick racetrack. As we said, only, what do we say, 17 cars in attendance. And while these drivers do have a warm-up session, what we're going to do, we're going to play some music. We'll come back with your A main on the other side of this.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
I'm a king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To roll my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
Now we rock the party and go correct. All sets are on time and rhyme connect. That's the right promotion and good elect. Another rapper can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
For joining us for tonight's racing action for the Next Level Racing 360s on Ultimate Dirt TV. Hope you're having a good Wednesday evening. It is now time for tonight's 35-lap feature event with the Next Level Racing 360s. Your lineup starting 17th on the inside be Ryan Frugier. Now up to row number 8 on the outside, John Helms. He'll be fun to watch in this one, including 15th starting Josh Steinke. Row 8 is one of superstars, both in 360s and 410 competition. Another hard charger candidate tonight, Gunnar Harris from the 14th starting spot in the SpeedShop51.com 54. To his inside is Joe Howe. Made Sparky, as he's known by a lot of us here in the iRacing community, one of the owners of the Apex Autoglass and Tinting Wing 410 Sprint Car Championship. He'll line up 12th, and to his inside side, another guy we know quite well, Brent Grover, who was supposed to be announcing with us tonight, bailed to go run a wing sprint car here with us at Limaland. Now into the top 10, Terrell Wheeler will line up 10th on the outside of row number 5, and Andrew Allen to his inside. Row number 4, Kevin Miller and Kenny Hoffman, and another one of the SpeedShop51.com entries. Oliver and Showblock will make up row number 3. Row number 2, Jonathan Paquette and JP Schneider, and your front row consisting of your 2 heat race winners, Tyler Cowles in the 76, and your pole sitter looking for the clean sweep on the night will be the 49 of Ryan Avila. Brett, the warm-up seems to have done the track well. Looks like they cleaned it up a little bit after the warm-up, if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like nearly perfect conditions for us here this evening at Limaland.
Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a race, that's for sure. That bottom side's still got a fair bit of moisture in it. The top side's blown off, but we'll see where the drivers go. It's time we go live for 35 here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Ryan Avila leads the way from JP Schneider. Tyler Klaus falling backwards quickly into the clutches, almost slipping outside the top 5 as Jonathan Paquette, Kenny Miller go 3 wide with Klaus through turn number 1 and 2.
It's about that bottom side of the racetrack possibly coming in. Hoffman is trying to get ahead of everybody. He is low and slow as the yellow is thrown early here in tonight's 35 lapper on lap number 3.
Yeah, I believe this started with Terrell Wheeler. Yeah, it started with Terrell Wheeler in the 43.
Oh, somebody got around in front of him. Brent, who was that? I could.
That was
Got
Brian.
who that was.
That was Brian Oliver.
Okay, so Oliver got sideways in front of. Getting into turn number 1. Over in the number 3, that blue and white car. The inside makes contact with the 43 and then just loses the handle on it and stacks up a few cars behind him. Sparky looks like he got caught up in that one, but he was able to get rolling and continue on. As Oliver ended up on his side in turn number 1.
And you know the bad thing about that for Brian Oliver, if we're at a real world racetrack and that car flips over like that, 100% he refires that race car and goes again. But because he has to take what they call a virtual tow in the iRacing world, it's a minute 45 that you have to sit there waiting for the tow, and even then there is no guarantee that he's going to come back out onto the racetrack. But speaking of going back out onto the racetrack, we are green here in your main event. Look at Tyler Klaus running that inside line. Remember I did say to you prior to this one, the bottom has got still a fair bit of juice down on the bottom side. That could be the place to be early on as Tyler Klaus leads him down into turns 3.
Hit him down low side of Villa with the momentum up top, just not enough to get around the 76, and talk about it throughout this race. The bottom side could be the place to be. Villa not giving up on the high side through 3 and 4. He's got a good run down the front straightaway, but you can visually see Cowles pulling away just a little bit. And here comes Hoffman. The 2 SpeedShop51.com entries race side by side through 3 and 4.
Tell you what, keeping an eye on Joe Howe, he's +8 on the moment. At the moment, he's went from 13th to position number 5. You go back just a couple of spots behind him. Gunnar Harris from 14th up to 7th. That's +7. But so far, tonight's hard charger after 7 laps is Joshua Stike in the Black Diamond Motorsports Tim Sims number 80 machine. He's gone from 15th to position number 6. That's +9. So these 3 drivers that are running 5, 6, and 7, they've passed over half the field.
It's Steinke's line right there, and he just dropped down to the bottom side. Meanwhile, race up front for the lead. Avila has got the top side dialed in. He'll lead that lap at the stripe. Cowles maybe missed the bottom a little bit there on entry. Grabs it on exit, side by side down the backstretch, but it'll be Ryan Avila to the lead in the SpeedShop51.com 49.
Now, the bottom side just faded away from Tyler Klaus. There's Kenny Hoffman. Klaus has gone back to the top side. Hoffman got into the wall in turn number 1 and 2. We go and still take a look at Kenny Hoffman. He's got JP Schneider right behind him, trying to run the Chastain line through turn number 3 and 4. Joe Howe goes to the bottom into 1 and 2. Steinke's gone through the middle of the racetrack. So there's a number of different lines developing here, Drake, at the moment.
Yeah, the high side has come back to life in a big-time way. Meanwhile, Avila drops through the middle in 1 and 2. A bit of an interesting line right there. Doesn't appear to lose any time, but it didn't look like he gained a lot on Cowles. The 76 drops a little bit lower off of 4, tried to replicate that line as Avila now back to the wall all the way through the corner.
Josh Starkey, the quickest car on the racetrack on the previous lap. You said the lap times next to the driver's lane. That is the last lap time that we've seen as we go yellow. And it's going to be the second caution of the night. We'll see what we can find out. I believe it's going to be Terrell Wheeler once again in that number 43 machine.
Wheeler, black and red, 43 on the inside part of the speedway. Get a little bit of help there.
Yeah,
To
Kevin
Wheeler's
Miller.
defense, he did get some help off the corner.
Oh yeah, yep. And by the way, no relation. Just a heads up.
All right, well now I can say how I really feel, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me how you really feel about Sparky. Trust me, your job's safe for now.
He's a nice man. He's nice
that's
to
not
me.
what you. That's not
Nice
what
to
you
meet
said.
you. You see me?
That's not what you said off air. That's not what you said in Discord anyway.
That's dirty sabotage if I've ever heard it, Brett.
Hey, how about Brendan Grover just sitting outside the top 10, 14 spot? We know he said he had a top 10 car prior to the rest of the 6-7 drivers that's built up this race, but right now he's got a top 15 car.
Marcus Cowles to the inside of Avila through 3 and 4. The 76 back to the point. There's Hoffman on the inside, but Avila threads the needle. He'll get past both of them, and there is Steinke laying back in the weeds in 5th. Don't take your eyes off that 80 machine. 3 wide again for the lead off of 4. Here comes JP Schneider in the mix too. He's in 4th.
5 cars, you can nearly throw Grandma's blank or Grandma's quilt over those 5 drivers, I should say. 3 wide into 3 and 4. Don't look now. Charter through the middle. Here comes Steinke. Nowhere to go on the top side. He's stuck behind a 3 wide battle. Clowes and Schroeder come together. That opens up the door for Josh Steinke to go right through the middle. He'll take over position number 4 on the racetrack. Clowes tries to come back at him. Meanwhile, Schroeder 3 wide. Clowes on the inside. Schroeder through the middle. And it was Hoffman on the outside. Clowes made the big mistake. Hoffman had to check up.
All get separated, and Schneider continues to go to the whip off of turn number 4 on the high side of the speedway. Steinke now got caught out in the slick, still keeps pace with Cowles. Cowles drops to the bottom. Steinke going to try to bring some momentum off the high side. That's the race for 4th as they dive into 1.
Gonna say we're not far away from lap traffic. You see the 49 of Ryan Avila. He's got Joe Howe in the 43 machine just running the low side of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2. Clouds on the inside, Shutter on the outside. We've stuck around the top 5 all night because it has just been fast, furious and phenomenal racing here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. 13 laps remaining for Ryan Avila.
Well, Cowles is getting everything he can possibly get out of the inside of the speedway, even clipping a few of the tires down on the inside. Another one there through 3 and 4. That 76 is looking for moisture where there may not be, and Hoffman's upside down in turn number 1.
Oh, we might be going
He'll
yellow.
get hit a few more times.
Gee, tough break.
The yellow flag.
Yeah, tough break for Kenny Hoffman in that number 11 machine. The Speed Shop 51 Esports, Momentum Sim Sports, Tiltec. Just nailed the wall a couple of times in 3 and 4, but one too many times, and you see the cushion, it bit him hard. He got up on 2 wheels, and from there on, Drake, he is just a passenger.
And what you also got to look at there, Bray, is he entered basically on the cushion, or not on the cushion, it was the wall. This will give you a better look at, especially from in-car.
Yeah, we're going to slow this down. Ready?
The
Watch
wall
this.
here on corner entry.
Look, up on 2 wheels. Tries to save it, and then right there he's just giving up. He's going, you know what? Let's just hold it, and we'll get off the gas. And you can see as he was already flipping. If you take a look at the tacho, it was down basically just idling speed, and unfortunately, Kenny Hoffman goes upside down and gets hit for good measure there by Kevin Miller again. We'll give Miller the benefit of the doubt. He just had nowhere to go.
Almost like a non-wing crash the way he biked up. Incident for sure for Hoffman as we're back under the green flag. Ryan Avila back to the point. Tyler Cowles back in 2nd. He's back to the top side. He went from clipping the tractor tires to banging the boards through 3 and 4.
Well, Steinke's just testing the waters down on the bottom side into turn number 1 and 2. He's plus 12 of them. And how about Ryan Fruget, Gunnar Harris? Fruget stuck in a 3-car battle. Fruget's now up to position number 4. He's plus 13, dead last to position number 4 for the 65 machine. And one of the drivers, one of the guys we normally see admin here on a Wednesday or Thursday night, he is now up inside the top 5. Meanwhile, challenge for second. Here comes Steinke to the outside of Tyler Clouds.
He stuck it in the fence there down the back stretch, still kept his momentum up in the 80, off at turn number 4. The bottom is just a little bit too good right now, as we're going to go yellow one more time.
Oh, just as that battle for second was heating up once again. Oh, he's going to absolutely hate this one. How about Brendan Grover coming out with the yellow flag, that number 57 machine? Let's see what happens. Let's see, does he get a helping hand? And yeah, he does, by Joe Howe in the 43. That right front of Joe Howe just collected the left rear, and while he goes around, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And I mean, he's still technically got a top 15 car.
There's currently 15 I see running. Brett, I do see Schneider has a pit next to his name. What happened to Schneider? He's having a really good run tonight, Brett. That's a shame to see his associated with the work area.
Yeah, there may have been a bit of contact with another driver, or maybe I seen him running a couple of times in 3 and 4, more than once actually. He was stuck running the Chastain line through the wall, or in the wall, I should say.
Break for JP Schneider, nonetheless. Single file restart, 6 laps to go. Ryan Avila with another great start. Can Cows do anything with them? Avila to the bottom side of the speedway. He's spent most of this race on the high side. Here comes Steinke for second. He takes a look low side into 3 and 4. Off the corner, it's still Avila leading. Cows hangs on a second.
Well, the racetrack is in pretty good shape right now. Still multiple different lines being used, top, bottom, and the middle. The top 3, top 4, in fact top 5, nearly now make a top 6. All go to the top side. How about Sparky Van Mountain? He's up to position number 6, 1 spot shy of a top 5. We keep an eye on this battle. Ensuing for second and third. Clouds into the wall. He got a little loose. Opens up the door for Steinke to throw that slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. He'll stay mid-track. Steinke gets a little loose out of turn number 2, and that's going to lose all sorts of momentum. Here comes Ryan Fruget into the mix now, looking for a podium.
Jay with a big run off the corner. He almost drew evening down way through 1 and 2. Fruget with the better line. He'll take third down the back straightaway.
Well, it won't matter all that much for the runner-up position, because right now Ryan Avila has got his way through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. The Next Level Racing 360 Wing Sprint Cars from Limaland goes to Ryan Avila. Wins comfortably over Tyler Clouds, and Ryan Fruget edges out Josh Steinke for the final spot on the podium. Steinke 4th, and Ty Schoberlock unofficially going to come home in position number 5. And Drake, what a feature race that was from start to finish.
Right, it had everything you could ask for. Multiple grooves of racing, slide jobs, big charges through the field, a couple of gnarly wrecks to throw on top of it. But in the end, it's Ryan Avila, your winner, in car number 49. And he used the high side, he used the low side, and he gets the job done. 49 car is going to park in victory lane. Tyler Cowles second. Ryan Fruget with a great run is going to round out the podium. Josh Steinke, one of the hard chargers in this one, 4th place. And Ty Schoberlock will round out the top 5. Sparky Josh Van Man with a great run in 6th. Gunnar Harris 7th. Kevin Miller 8th. Grover 9th. Jonathan Paquette will round out the top 10. 11th went to Andrew Allen. Terrell Wheeler 12th. Joe Howe 13th. Brian Oliver 14th. JP Schneider 15th. Kenny Hoffman 16th, and your 17th and final car in tonight's feature event, or at least it will be scored as the 17th and final finisher, will be John Helms in the 21.
Well, Drake, I'm going to send you down to victory lane, and I'm going to let you chat to the top 3.
our winner, Ryan Avila, here in Victory Lane. And Ryan, that was an interesting racetrack start to finish. You had guys run the high side, you got guys run the low side, and you kind of dabbled on both those lines. How did you decide on which line you were going to run lap by lap?
Just as the track went on, I'm always looking ahead of me. So through the middle, there was just a bit of dirt that I can run and get a run off too. So, and just usually it's top 3 and 4 because the cushion that builds up off the corners. So if I could hit that, every single lap very consistently, I could pull from them, and well, I did that.
Track was changing so much lap by lap, and you led a majority of that race. At any point, did you feel like you were a sitting duck out front?
There was one point where I just started pulling, and then I hit the wall once, and they started to catch me, and then a restart came. So no, not really. I knew I had the car to win it, but it was just my race to lose for sure.
Anybody you'd like to thank for getting you in Victory Lane?
Always got to thank SpeedShop51.com, Momentum SimSport for the coaching that Tilly gives us, and the amazing setups. Trackside Collective, Tiltec Racing Products, Verdict Clothing, CT Designs, CD Cinematography, and my mom and dad for making this possible.
Ryan Avila, your winner here with the Next Level Racing 360s at Limaland. Get a word with Tyler Cowles. Cowles second, and Tyler, you, just like Ryan Avila, we were just talking to him about this. The high side, the low side, you could run anywhere you wanted, but what was the thing that kind of stood in your way from victory tonight?
I don't know. I think I ran the wrong gear, that's for sure. Running the high side, I had a lot of wheel spin, and it just felt like he could pull on me down the straightaway.
We're at one point running over the tires on the inside of the racetrack, and then you jump all the way up to the high side at the other end of the speedway and almost hit the fence or pretty much knock it down a few times. So what goes into changing your line like that to run two totally different types of racing lines?
Well, I was running the bottom just because the moisture was down there, but I figured that wasn't working, so I'd jump up to the high side and give it a shot. But yeah, as you said, knocking the fence down, that's usually what I'm doing, or upside down. Yeah.
Anybody you'd like to thank for getting you on the podium?
Yeah, everybody over at Klaus Motorsports, Chase Wolf Motorsports, and that's about it.
Cal's second here tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park. Here with Ryan Frugier. Bottom step of the podium tonight, but Ryan, that was a solid drive. You came from deep in that one and was able to pick up the final spot on the podium pretty late there. Do you almost kind of a benefit to start in the back, and so you could see what more people are doing and figure out what your is best?
I don't know. I think I'd rather probably start up front. Just wish I was quick enough early on the night to be up there. But yeah, no, I just think it was just kind of being patient, picking the way through there, and I think I just kind of kept getting the right line and moving forward. I think the cautions also fell at good times for me to, kind of get caught up in all that as I was coming through. So definitely happy. I know it was a light crowd tonight, but still some heavy hitters in this race. So I'm pretty happy about the finish tonight for sure.
Like to thank tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely have a lot of people that help us out and want to make sure we thank here. Obviously, the Firm Motorsports, Apex Auto Glass and Tinning, 21 Racing Designs, Madskins Transport, and then M9 for the great setups and all that. 129 Promotions, and that's about it, man.
Round out the podium here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett, thriller start to finish. There's no question about that, and we were treated to a very good race. And you heard Ryan talk about it there. A light crowd tonight, but still some heavy hitters in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. When you got the likes of Ryan Avila, Josh Steinke, obviously Ryan, one of the newest World Championship pro drivers on the sprint car scene. Josh Steinke, he's been a former pro World Championship driver. Then you got the likes of Kenny Hoffman, John Helms, who was there earlier on the night. So you look at the 17 guys, 4 of them are World Championship caliber drivers. It was always going to be one hell of a show. But tell me, how about Ryan Frugier? officially the hard charger. From 17th, dead last in this field, to position number 3, plus 14. Not a bad way to cap off the night with a pretty healthy car count.
Doubt about it. Well, that's going to do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. For Brent Wheeler, I'm Drake York saying so long from Limaland Motorsports Park.